AITA for insulting the food my wife made, despite not knowing she made it. I will try to keep it short. My wife and I are 46 and 47. We've been married 19 years now, and not once in our marriage has she ever cooked. I honestly never minded. She's told me that she's terrible in the kitchen, and I like to do it anyway. Yesterday, I had a long day at work and told my wife this. She told me she would order food and so I didn't have to cook. I come home, and she sets the table. The food is neatly placed on 2 plates, which should have been my first clue that it was home-cooked, and I began to dig in. The food was bland, borderline gross, and nothing to what I had tasted before. My head was already pounding. I was not in the mood for some shitty food. I just looked up from the food and told her, "This freaking sucks. Please don't order from this place again." She got really quiet, and then sad. I asked if everything was okay, and she said yes. She still seemed off the whole dinner. After dinner, I wouldn't stop bothering her. Wouldn't stop asking her what's wrong. Until she finally snapped and told me she cooked the food, it wasn't ordered. She said she was sorry and she won't cook for me again, and I could see her tearing up. She went right to bed. I had to leave early the next day, so she was asleep. I asked a buddy of mine for advice, and he said I shouldn't have talked about anybody's food that way. Was I wrong, or was this an honest mistake? Edit for clarification, I did not mean this in a derogatory way at all. My wife and I have lived in the same area our entire marriage and very often come across an absolutely terrible takeout place. It's a thing we do, saying, "God, this sucks." Usually, the response is a laugh, because we have a tally of the horrible places and we find it funny. My fault for not specifying that. Edit, unrelated to the topic, but those of you shitting on my wife for not cooking are out of line. So what if she doesn't want to cook a meal? She doesn't like it, I do. So I do it. She's not stupid, she can learn if she wants to but does not have the enthusiasm. If she really needs to, she will learn. She can do whatever the fuck she wants because she helps doing other things that I wouldn't like to do. Comment about whatever you want, but going after my wife not cooking is pathetic. Last edit for update, got home yesterday, with flowers and a bottle of wine. Sat her down and told her the food wasn't restaurant quality, but I thought it was great for a beginner. She said she'd like to learn a little bit of basic cooking, so I'm going to teach her, for whenever she wants to cook. She laughed about it a little, about how bad the food was. Thank you all for the advice.